Hello there, this is James and you're watching Tixee Live. And a very good morning to all of you and a very happy Monday. In today's program, I just want to discuss this week, because this week is potentially massive with so many different events occurring this week, which can have a real impact on the market. But before we get into that, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence, and of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. With that out the way, let's get started, because there is a lot to discuss. Now, this is potentially a massive week for the markets, because there's so many things to look out for. Let's start off with earnings, because obviously we got a really big week for earnings. And as I've said several times last week, we're in full swing of earning season. First off, kicking us off tomorrow on the 26th is Microsoft. Microsoft's earnings. Huge tech company, as we know. But the one I'm going to be most interested in is happening on the same day, and that is Alphabet, which is Google. Now, those of you who were kind enough, throat's a bit dry. Those of you who were kind enough to join me last week, you know I discussed a lot about Snap and Twitter disappointing the market. And the reason for that is because they've lost revenue on advertising, online advertising. And because obviously the current economic climate we're in, a lot of companies are saving money, so they're saving costs on online advertising. Alphabet and Google is a huge player in this market, so it's interesting to see what their earnings is on the 26th. The day after that, also something of real interest, which is very similar again to Snap and Twitter, is Meta, which of course is Facebook. They had their earnings on the 27th. Then on the 28th, we have Apple's earnings. So that's going to be a huge event as well. And finally, to wrap it all up, there's quite a few firms, but these are the ones I'm focusing on in particular. And then finally, on the 28th as well, is we have Amazon. So a massive week for earnings. Some very large companies will be revealing their earnings for quarter two. So be prepared. Now, what I suggest you do next, okay, grab a pen and paper and start writing some of this down, because we've got so many other events to come. Starting off, economic events. This is Tuesday, US consumer confidence and US new home sales. Now, I don't know if you remember a video I did last week or the week before in reference to what Fed member Waller, what he said. He said he was backing 75 basic point rate hike. However, if we had good data from retail sales and housing data, he might be a bit more aggressive. So new home sales will be quite interesting as well. Wednesday, like I say, you're going to need to write this down. Wednesday, we have US durable goods. And then on the same day, we have the big one. US interest rate decision due at 6 p.m. UTC, following by their press conference. Expectation is a hike of 75 basic points, bringing up interest rates to 2.5. It doesn't stop there, though. That is the big one. That's the main event. But it doesn't stop there, though. On Thursday, we have German CPI. Expectation is 8.1%. Oh, blimey. I'm getting exhausted just reading them out. What a week. And then Thursday as well, we have US GDP. Expectation is for it to come in plus 0.4%. Last time, it was negative 1.6. So US GDP on Thursday. And finally, on Friday, we have EU CPI. Expectations 8.7%. That's an increase as well, because currently is 8.6. So especially with the ECB raising rates last week, it'll be interesting to see how that comes in. And finally on Friday, EU GDP expectation is 3.4, down from previous 5.4. So wow, what a week. I will be doing some watch-alongs this week. I haven't chosen what events I'm going to do. At the same time, I'm going to do a special on the Fed interest rate decision. That's late at night, so I'll be doing a special on that, sort of like Tixee on the road type thing. So I'll be doing that as well. So please come along and join me for that. As the market stands currently, like I said, we've got such a big week ahead of us, so I'm not surprised the market is a little bit the way it is at the moment. Currently, as the market stands, is a little bit risk off. So we've seen a little bit of dollar strength, which we'll have a look at in a minute. But the main reason for this risk-off attitude is what happened on Friday, is when we had the US PMI, which was announced at 47 versus 52.7 expected. Don't forget, anything under 50 is considered very bad news. So now we do actually have the market, once again, saying that dreaded R word, recession. So anyway, let's have a quick look at a few things, how the market stands at the moment. Let's start off with the euro. Obviously, the euro sort of had a boost near the end of last week with the ECB raising interest rates. It's since come under pressure, because of that lackluster press conference by Chris Langard. Plus, we've had a little bit of dollar strength as well because of that US PMI. So as it currently stands, it's currently trading 1.0202, way under that key area of interest of 1.0268. If you look at the cable is slightly bullish at the moment. It's testing, keeping an eye on this level here, testing this key level, key area of interest, 1.20034. Don't forget the cable or the sterling has its political uncertainty at the moment as well, because obviously the leadership battle, who become the next prime minister between Truss and Sunak, is heating up. So there's a lot of uncertainty in relation to the sterling. If we look at my favorite, which I know I'm going to bring it up, of course I am, is gold. Still testing just around that massive level of 1,727. It broke it slightly yesterday, but it couldn't break the secondary area of interest of 1,734. So currently trades at the moment $1,726 an ounce. Gold. Yes, it's always going to be gold. I love gold. So what else? Yes, so let's have a quick look at the S&P futures, how that's doing at the moment. Where's my mouse? Is it gone? There it is. Couldn't find it for a second. Yes, okay, S&P slightly sideways at the moment, which I'm guessing that's how the market's going to be a little bit over the next couple of days as we wait for the Fed announcement. Currently trading at 3,962 points. So yeah, massive week ahead of us. Massive week, absolutely huge. I hope you've got a pen and paper. I wrote most of them down. Of course, I'm going to be here covering them. I will be doing 2 watch-alongs this week. I will let you know this afternoon which ones I'm going to be doing, but we have got a massive week ahead of us. As the market currently stands, the FTSE is currently up slightly higher, 0.15%. DAX currently trading in negative 0.59%. Euro Stoxx slightly higher, 0.28%. As I always say, don't forget, you can ask me questions anytime you wish, but what an exciting week ahead of us. It's going to be really something. So please come along and join me for these events. Anyway, don't forget, like I say, you can ask me questions anytime you wish. I mean, are you excited about this week? I know I am. I'm very excited. We should vote for a watch along. That's actually a very good idea, actually. A very good idea. Yeah, if you can decide, if you guys could vote for it today, drop the comments in either Facebook or YouTube, and we can choose which watch along you want me to do. So yeah, that's a very good idea. I like that. So please feel free to put your suggestions of what event you want me to watch along with you. So that's a very good idea. So please feel free to do that. Open a poll. I don't think I can do that today, but if you can put your comments, certainly on YouTube and Facebook, saying, James, I'd like you to cover this event, or I'd like you to do this event, then yes, certainly, I was certainly trying to do that. So please let me know. If there is no questions, don't forget, if you think of a question later, you can put it in the comments on our Facebook and YouTube. I will see them and I will answer them next time I go live on air. Okay, so no questions. Not to worry, not to worry. Don't forget, if you're watching me on Facebook and you've enjoyed this little episode, by all means, give me a follow. If you're watching me on YouTube and you enjoyed this little episode, by all means, subscribe if you like. Hit the notification button so you know next time I'm going live. Don't forget, I'm going live again this afternoon at 1:30 p.m. We'll see how the US session is starting. But like I said, this week is a massive, massive week, but I'm here to share this week with you. Anyway, till next time, don't forget these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence, and of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. Till next time, every single one of you out there, trade safe.